Hello and welcome to the Financial Services Expo. I'm Andrew Montlake, and with me now is Gary Salter, who is the Head of Corporate Accounts for Nationwide. So we're going to talk about lending into later life and retirement and older borrowers. Do you think there is a big issue out there? I know the Building Society Association got involved and asked its members to look at their retirement ages. Do you think there really is an issue?
I think there's a big interest in it. If you look at the population, the ONS tell us that over 25% of the population will be over 65 by 2034. So there's definitely a growing demand for it. And post MMR, you've also seen lots and lots of horror stories where people can't get mortgages once they get past 40.
Yeah.
So I think there's definitely demand for it.
In terms of the mainstream market, do you think they are doing enough to help older borrowers?
I'm not sure yet. I think it's something that's slowly evolving. I mean, most of the mainstream lenders take their time to do that. Certainly at Nationwide, we've made a number of changes recently. So we've now increased our maximum age to 85, which I believe is the highest of all the main lenders. Yeah. You can apply for a mortgage at age 80. So in terms of what we're doing, we've made a difference, and we've got more to come as well on the back of that.
More to come. Okay, that's interesting. So you think overall there is room for more innovation? Do you think that's going to happen across?
Definitely.
Across
I mean, when we announced our results a few months ago, Chris Rhodes, one of our exec directors, talked about we are looking at an equity release mortgage. I mean, we're still in the R&D stage at the moment, so we don't know the details. But the really important thing about equity release is you've got to be committed to that market. You've got to get the products right. In terms of the people you're dealing with, there's a bit more vulnerability, there's a bit more sensitivity you need to around those sort of people.
Yeah, I mean, part of the issue obviously is as they get older, especially if you're a couple, one person might die or get taken into long-term care. So it's all about how lenders deal with the individuals in those circumstances. Have you had more guidelines in terms of?
I mean, if you just take so lending to older people, from our point of view, we're happy to do that. We're doing it now, and I'll give you some information in a moment on what we've done so far. But in terms of lending to people, you need sort of stable pension income. Typically, you'll see one person with a main pension, and what you've got to think about is if that person were to die, then the other person will be left with a mortgage debt. So, is that debt serviceable? So,
yeah.
We've got a very, very conservative approach to how we lend.
So, what do you think, in your opinion, finally, a product of the future could look like? Would it be a crossbreed between a standard mortgage merging into an equity release product? Or?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at equity release now. The key challenges for equity release are you don't want to be in a situation where somebody gets into negative equity, so it would need to have a no negative equity guarantee. You'd never be looking to take possession of the property. Yeah. And in terms of rolling up interest, it needs to be sort of very low loan to value. The other thing to think about is around pricing. It's going to be a very, very big market segment, this, but what you can't afford to do is charge through the nose for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it needs to be competitive, it needs to be good value, and more above it, it needs to be very transparent. And if you look at other emerging markets, so bridging, finance, second charges, typically what happens, you start with a very, very profitable product, the market gradually finds its own level and prices reduce, but with this market it needs to start from day one with committed lenders, and we believe as Nationwide, with our mutuality and our reputation, we want to do it properly.
Yeah. Okay, well that's all very promising. Thank you very much for your time, Gary, and thank you very much for watching.